This is how I turn a live drum track into a steady click in Logic Pro using Flex Time. Okay, so the first step in recording our new single. Here's a rehearsal video that I recorded on a Zoom camera. The video recorder that we use in the rehearsal is a Zoom handy video recorder. It's a Q8. So this is what I used to get the audio from the track for the drums. Here's just a little clip from the rehearsal. Okay, so what I'm gonna do first, I am going to get that video and I'm gonna drop it into Logic Pro. When I drop it in there, it says there's an option to open the movie or extract the audio track. I'm gonna extract the audio track. When you do that, it puts it on a track that's locked and it won't really move. So then what I do is copy that track. So I hit Command C, and then I go to an audio track underneath, and then I just get to the beginning on one, and I hit Command V. Then I'm going to delete that first one that was locked. Okay, now I'm going to just bounce this track so that way I can have just the audio of the rehearsal that was recorded with the video camera. I'm going to hit share, song to music. I'm just going to put rehearsal track TBI, the big idea. I'm going to just put it as uncompressed AIFF. Okay, so I share that. That's the first step. Okay, next what I'm going to do is separate the drums from the other instruments from that rehearsal recording. There's a site that's called vocalremover.org that you can use to do that. I subscribed to this person, Melnik Dimitri, on Patreon, and I pay like $1 a month, and that gives you unlimited amount of use for this. And there's a section here when I believe you have to pay to be able to get this, but possibly not. Splitter is the one that separates drums, bass, vocal, and music. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to open up the rehearsal track, which I had just exported from the movie track. So it's coming in here. And basically what it's going to do is separate each one of the tracks. And then once it's done doing that, I'll download each track and then I'll put it back into Logic Pro, and I'll show you how I can get the drums to line up with a click so that we could get the scratch track for the drums started. I then can add other instruments on top of that, and then we'll begin the single recording. I'll be back. Okay, that took about a minute. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lower the volume on all of the other tracks and just leave the drum one. it doesn't matter if it's MP3 really or WAV, because we're not going to keep these files in the end recording, but I'm just going to put it as format WAV anyway. Okay, so I have the drum volume all the way up. All the others are down. I hit save, and then I'm going to hit drums. So they're downloaded. The drums, I'll do the same thing. I'll do the same thing with the others. So now I put the volume down on the drum track, and then I raise the bass track. I export that, save, bass, and I do the same thing with the others as well. Okay, here I am in Logic Pro. The first thing I'm going to do is go to where it says File. I'm going to go to where it says Project Settings, and then I'm going to go to where it says Smart Tempo. I'm going to choose Adapt Project Tempo on the top here. I'm leaving the Set New Recordings to off and Set Imported Files to off. Okay, I'm going to X out of that. Now I'm going to drag in the drum track. For edit, downbeat, and tempo, choose show. Okay. I'm going to drag that to the beginning. Next, I'm going to go up top where it has the flex and activate that. I'm going to choose flex time slicing for the drum track. Then I'm going to hit I, which is going to open up the region inspector on the side over here. I'm going to hit flex and follow, and I'm going to choose on plus align bars and beats. Okay, now you can see that a tempo map was created on top, and it shows the push and pull of the human drummer. So the click actually adjusted it, adapted to the playing of the drummer. So it's locked in here. What I did next is just try to lower only on the parts. Let's say here it says 118. I tried to get everything to be around 117, even if it was 117 point something. I just went down to, which was pretty close. Here's showing like 117.4. Here's 116, so I went up a little bit, 117.1. That's fine. So as long as it's within 117, here's 117.9. That's sped up just a little bit. 117.6. And I just kept going down the line, 117, and just made it all close so that it's around 117. And then that way there's a slight variation, but it will lock in time with the metronome. You'll hear it like. See, but it's more consistent, aren't as big jumps. Like here, it's showing like 120. So I'm gonna just push that down to 117. And now there, I heard like a little. Oh, okay, that was because I moved it. So it's pretty good. And then, of course, if there's ever anything that happens along where there's a drum beat, that a kick or a snare that seems like it's way off, I could actually move it inside of the track. So let's say here, let's say if that snare happened to be off, I could just go like this if it was earlier. See how I made it later if I needed to. It wasn't later, so I don't have to do that. So I'm going to hit edit, undo, and it'll put it back to its right location. So that's it, really. I mean, there went a little faster, but you could see it went to 119. So I could go back down to 117. And again, it's 117 point something. And I did that. I have to run through this through the whole track. And then if there's anything else that I want to edit on the track, like if there's a fill that doesn't sound right, I could grab it from another spot and copy and paste and edit the same way as if it was an audio file when I'm mixing. I also just went to the top up here and I just chose 117. I just chose keep. So I left it at keep. Thanks for watching. This was the first step in creating the next single for The Big Idea. I'll show you the rest of the process in the next videos, so stay tuned.